Now, the Big Ten losing a lot of star power from last season. 4 of the top 5 scorers in the league are gone, 11 of the top 20. Very few teams really decimated guys. The issue is a lot of these star players lost guys you could refer to perhaps as their sidekicks. Consider Wisconsin, for example. Yes, Jordan Taylor is back, but John Lure's gone, the conference's 3rd leading scorer, 5th leading rebounder. Also lost Keaton Nankerville up front, remember, too. Purdue may just have the biggest void among the contenders. They lost 2 first-team All-Big Ten picks in E'Twaun Moore, along with Conference Player of the Year Juwan Johnson. Big load for Robbie Hummel to shoulder. Minnesota loses some serious backcourt production with Blake Hoffarber gone. Al Nolan departs as well. Looking good up front, particularly with the very physical Trevor Mbakwe back after averaging a double-double. Northwestern hopes John Scherna can stay healthy. He'll be without Juice Thompson, though. Their 3rd all-time leading scorer, all-time leader in minutes, so a big void at the point guard spot for the Cats. Tim Hardaway Jr. was fantastic down the stretch for Michigan last year, but he loses his running mate in the backcourt. Darius Morris really emerged last season. He opted to move on to the NBA. Other key departures. Penn State loses Mr. Everything, Taylor Battle. Huge personnel losses in State College. Ohio State without 2 key cogs, Diebler and Leidy. Former Conference Player of the Year Kalen Lucas moves on from Michigan State. And then Illinois lost a ton, not just Demetri McCamey, but also Mike Davis and Mike Tisdale on the front line. So, Jimmy, who do you think is best positioned to withstand those losses?
Well, Dave, I really think Purdue is, and the reason why, yes, you do lose E'Twaun Moore and Juwan Johnson, 2 All-Big Ten candidates and All-Americans as well. But with Robbie Hummel coming back, especially being healthy, if you look at experience is what I look at. Lewis Jackson is a senior. Ryan Smith is a senior. Kelsey Barlow and Tyrone, they've all played significant minutes. Behind Nebraska, this is the most experienced team in the Big Ten, and you can't replace experience. Now, again, you're not going to have those 2 guys inside with you that can score, but the experience factor in that plays a big role, Shon. I think that's why Purdue will not suffer as much by losing those 2.
I agree with everything you said. I'm going to give you 2 words why I'm going to choose Wisconsin and why they're not going to struggle. Jordan Taylor. The point guard returns for the Wisconsin Badgers, and this is a team, Jimmy, that did nothing to beat themselves a year ago. They led the conference, led the country in turnover margin, almost a 2-to-1 assist-turnover ratio, only turned it over 8 times per ball game. They made 82% of their free throws, and a lot of that had to do with the leadership of Jordan Taylor. They're going to miss John Lure, no question about it. They're going to miss Keaton Nankerville, but I think having that hub in Jordan Taylor returning allows the Badgers and Bo Ryan to withstand the loss of the graduating seniors.
And we talked about this a little bit in reference to Ohio State and Thad Matta, but you want to talk about a guy who always figures it out. Bo Ryan always figures it out. He's been talking to us about Jared Bergeron now for a couple of years, and we saw some brief flashes from him last year, so maybe he steps up. Mike Bruzewicz had some good moments last year on the front line. The pieces generally fall into place in Madison.